Hi guys, how you doing? It's Rick Shiels and this is the every shot for the one club challenge I did recently on my YouTube channel. This is the running commentary of all 18 holes from the first all the way to the 18th, talking about every single shot. If you've not seen the main video, you can click the link up there in the corner. Take this opportunity again to massively thank Craig Salter, who filmed and edited this video for me. You can check out his YouTube channel in the description below and subscribe to his channel because he makes some awesome stuff. So to give a recap, I played all 18 holes at St Anne's Old Links using only my 7-iron. Full shots, chip shots, bunker shots, even putted with only my 7-iron. I didn't try and hit the ball 200 yards. I hit my 7-iron normal distance at around about 168 yards to 175 yards. There wasn't a great deal of run. I was kind of hitting it that distance. I wasn't trying to force it out there. Huge thanks as well to Dan Webster, who is the pro at St Anne's Old Links, for letting me come down there and do the challenge as well. So let's get cracking. I'm going to talk you through every single golf shot of this incredible challenge. Okay, so here we have the first shot of the day. It's a relatively easy start on the first. It's a par 4, about 340 yards. I was playing from the tees of the day, and I hit a nice opening tee shot, put myself in the fairway, which was good. This was a harder 7-iron, put me at my limit, and I just missed the green to the left, and had quite a simple chip and run with a 7-iron, loads of green to work with, and ran it up to the pin at around kind of 8 foot, and this was my first putt using the 7-iron. So what I was doing, I was using the front edge of the putter to get the ball rolling as best I could. So I made a par on the first, which I was really happy with. Second hole, slightly longer, nearly 400 yards. I had to give it a good hit off the tee with the 7. I then put myself in prime position, got a bit of run on this shot actually, and hit this one pretty hard into the heart of the green and set myself up a fantastic birdie opportunity. This was for birdie on the second hole. So again, just using that front edge of the golf club to try and get the ball rolling, trying to get the direction. The thing that I was finding difficult was judging the speed. The speed was very difficult at first, and it shows on this one when I left it about 1.5 foot short. A bit frustrated. So I had this for par, not to drop a shot through 2, and slotted it in quite nicely. Third hole, short par 3, and actually played a little bit shorter because it was off a front tee, and played like a little half cutty 7-iron, and it held into the green lovely. And this was the putt I had for birdie on the third hole. This was even shorter than the birdie putt I had on the second hole. Pretty flat, not much in it, but pulled it, mishit it. So a tap-in par on the third. So not a bad start, par, par, par. Fourth hole is one of the harder par 4s on the course, and I think this actually might be stroke index number 1. I went at this a little bit harder off the tee, knowing that 2 mighty golf shots would get me there, but I really didn't think it would. Well, I knew it wouldn't. It was over 400 yards, and these were the holes that challenged me the most. So I missed fairway to the left, rocketed one down there, but still left myself probably about 70 odd yards left in. I ran it up there with the 7, not using the contours nicely and running it into a position that left me an outside par opportunity. I got the roll on this, the best roll probably all day, and it just finished right in the jaws for a great up and down. So I didn't make par there. I made bogey. Okay, so first of the par 5s. Now there's 2 par 5s back to back, 5 and 6. And I thought, if I'm honest, the par 5s weren't as hard as I particularly expected. I hit a good tee shot into the fairway, took all the trouble out of play, hit a great second shot, avoided some bunkers, and absolutely rocketed the third shot to set up this birdie opportunity, which just skimmed past the edge. So almost birdied the first par 5. Next hole, 6th hole, is pretty equal in distance, over 500 yards. Again, with the 7-iron, I took all the trouble out of play. I couldn't reach any of the bunkers. I couldn't get in trouble. So really, I could hit this as hard as I wanted, knowing that I only had fairway to hit. If I missed fairway here, I was in serious trouble. I didn't I found fairway right in the middle of it. My second shot down there, it was another pretty good hit, solid hit. Set myself up for my third shot of around about 140 yards. So I had to kind of flight this in, control the flight, not hit it too hard. I landed it short and ran it up to the green. It almost went in this bunker but stayed out. This for birdie on number 6. And as you can see, just not quite getting the speed. So it's another par, back-to-back pars through 5 and 6. 7th hole, it's one of those testing 400 plus yard par 4s again. So I hit a solid tee shot straight down the middle. My second shot, this was the second shot. Nice close up there. Oh, bit of ball and turf there. I like it. This set me up for my third shot. About 100 yards left from the green, if I'm honest. And I slightly duffed it. I hit it fat, truth be told. And I left it was a really silly elementary mistake, really. So this now is my fourth shot. If I'm honest, I nearly holed this for par, but it just raced through and almost ran through the back. This for bogey now, and now I feel like this is a bit of a struggle on this hole. And tapped that little putt in for a double bogey 6. And really only a double bogey because of that duffed third shot. 8th hole, playing back to the clubhouse now. Again, 7-iron took all the trouble out of play. I couldn't reach any of the trouble. This was a pretty hefty hit into the front portion of the green. Pin was at the back / middle / back. I couldn't get, but I did manage to squeeze it on the front of the green. Now this was a tough one because strike off the front of the golf club needed to be absolutely perfect to get the roll. And actually on this particular occasion, I couldn't have judged it much better. I rolled it nice and close and for a tap-in par on 8. Number 9, probably the signature hole on the golf course, a beautiful little par 3 playing straight back to the clubhouse. Probably only playing about 150 yards, but a very narrow green. I missed the green to the left and I knew I was going to be in trouble. I found the bankment. Luckily, I landed on the upslope. So I opened the face and I literally chipped it with loft. I opened the face as much as I could and I was surprised how good a connection and how much loft I actually managed to get on the shot. This was then to save my par to finish 3 over for the front 9 and I left it right in the jaws, so I took bogey down 9 and finished the front 9 in 40 shots, which is 4 over par. 2 bogeys, a double bogey and the rest pars. Not bad, considering I was only hitting a 7-iron. Not bad, but I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't have a number in my mind. 10th hole, one of the shortest par 4s on the golf course. Again, 7-iron didn't put me in any trouble. I was confident I'd hit the middle of the fairway and I did just that. This was only 120 yards, this second shot into 10. And I had to flight this wonderfully well again. And you know what? I was starting to get the feel of distance control. I was starting to understand how soft I needed to hit particular shots. And that gave me a skill that sometimes I don't have on the golf course. This was for birdie on 10. And again, could not believe I left another one right in the jaws. I was getting a little bit frustrated at this point with my putting because I was like, come on, just go in. You know, I felt like if I hit it any harder, I would jeopardise the strike and then lose the connection completely. This was playing down 11. Pretty straight hole, not much in it. Again, 7-iron took me out of all the trouble. Didn't find any bunkers at all on this particular hole. Solid 7. This was almost similar distance to the first hole, this. Just 2 good 7-iron shots. And I found the heart of the green to set this up for birdie opportunity on 11. Again, I rolled it right on line and I couldn't feel like I could hit it any harder. And again, it's right in the jaws of the cup. I was frustrated with this putt. This one was another one that was getting me a little bit, come on, do your best. I was trying to do my best, but I couldn't physically hit the 7-iron any harder on a putt. 12th hole, again, another 400-yard par 4, so a tough one. These were definitely the hardest holes on the golf course, playing with just a 7-iron. This is where I would see being able to hit the ball 200 yards would help, because I could at least try and get it on the front edge in 2. Found the fairway, hit a really good second shot to leave myself a little chip from the front edge. And again, just played it low. I overskipped it a little bit, and this just stayed out for birdie. It was racing though, in truth be told. So luckily it hit the flag, left myself with that 6-footer, 7-footer for par, and I actually rolled it in. Thankfully, I made a putt. So I was starting to get a little bit frustrated with my putting. And it sounds daft that, but I kind of was, because I felt like I could get the line and get it to roll. 13th hole, par 3, I pulled it left myself a really tricky shot where I had to kind of bounce it and run it up over some humps and bumps, and landed it maybe just a yard, 2 yards too long, and it skipped and it hopped and it flew. That's where more loft would have been a huge saviour here. This is for par. Big sweeping putt, probably the most slope on any putt I had all day, and the one putt that I actually holed. I actually got one in. So par on 13. The actual standard 14th hole was closed. So I don't know if you noticed this on the original vlog. That was a very brave camera angle there from Craig as I hit over his head on 15. We played the 19th, which is a little temporary par 3 instead of the 14th hole. Second shot on 14th is effectively my 14th hole. I found the bunker. This is where I was starting to panic. I opened the face. It's about 30, 40 yards, and I splashed it. I tried to hit it off, but I splashed it, maintaining that loft. And this was, I couldn't believe the result. I left myself that for par. I got up and down out of that bunker with 2 7-irons. I couldn't believe it. So now my 15th hole, normally the 16th, par 3, beautiful hole going back down the hill. And I pulled it. Every time I found that I was trying to take either speed off or increase speed, I ended up going a little bit left, which is my miss anyway. Really unlucky on that chip because I needed to be aggressive and I was trying to contour it around the bunker, and unfortunately it kind of kicked off the right bunker. I'm still currently only 4 over, and then that was a bogey, the first bogey of the back 9 on the 16th hole, or effectively my 15th hole. So I now go to 4 over par. Is that right? 5 over par? 5 over par. Make a bogey somewhere else? 5 over par. Yeah, 4 over, 5 over. The par 5, now 2 par 5s on effectively 16 and 17. This was impossible to reach in 3. The weather, for some reason, got really cold at this point. Just to note, I got around the full 18 holes in 2 hours. 2 hours. I went through 2 groups on the front 9 and I skipped round. This was the third shot playing into the par 5, and I couldn't reach, still in 3 shots. So I had this chip left and tried to do my best to get it as close as I could, but just misjudged the distance. So left myself this par opportunity on my 16th hole, and I just raced it a little bit past. I was feeling a bit more confident in the roll and left myself a little tester here on 16. This was for bogey. I didn't want to make another double. That would have been very annoying at this point in the game after playing so nicely. And I managed to slot it in and take the bogey and go down 17, which is another par 5. This one, it's almost a 190-yard shot onto the fairway, and I couldn't hit it there. I did not reach the fairway, so I left it. I couldn't reach. The second shot, I laid up in front of some mounds. Now, for some reason, the third shot didn't get picked up on video. This is my second shot that we're seeing now. I left it short of some mounds, and I hit the third shot over the mounds to the front of the green, which is going to be this shot next. This shot. So this is now my 4th shot. Little run up, nothing much to get over. Probably, in theory, a 7-iron shot every day. Just over hit this one a little bit too hard. It skipped it. It kind of shot forward, which was a little bit frustrating. And I had this opportunity for a par. Now, at this point, I was really wanting to hold this, and it just snuck in. Just. Par 3, last hole. This is effectively the 19th hole on the at St Anne's Old Links. 150 yards, and I can just fiddle this in lovely. Honestly, the flight on this is Craig filming it from the bad side of the green. The flight on this was exceptional, and it set me up a unbelievable opportunity to make birdie on the last hole. I'm 6 over par at this point, and this is for birdie on the last hole with 2 7-irons. And I managed to hole it for the first birdie of the day and to finish the challenge 5 over par. So I think there's a lot to learn from that video. Hopefully you enjoyed the challenge and enjoyed the video. Again, massive shout out to Craig for filming and editing the original video, and to be fair, putting that montage of clips together. Thanks again to St Anne's Old Links for letting me go down there and film. And the big thing for me, I want you to take away from this is particularly it's not so much about distance to get a good score. It's not about hitting the driver 300 yards to get a good score. I've managed to go around there in 5 over par. And again, it depends on where your handicap levels are, but effectively 5 over my handicap, I would say. And just using a 7-iron. There's times where I would have loved to have been able to hit more loft. There'd have been times where I'd love to have hit the ball further. But what I did instead, I plotted my way around, and I used skill, and I used ways of being able to make the ball move in different ways, make it go higher or lower, or run it in, or I used my imagination. I used the skills that, if I'm honest, I learned when I was growing up playing the game, and probably skills that I have started to forget about too much as I play more distance golf now. And it's when we learn these skills to be able to manipulate shots and to be able to use the wrong club out of different circumstances that you enhance your ability to play better golf. And that's what I want you to learn from this video. Being able to use different skills to improve your score is tremendously important. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a massive thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments below. And what did you think of the one club challenge? Did you enjoy it? Or would you like to see me do more challenges? Either way, comment down below. And subscribe to me and subscribe to Craig. I put his link there as well. Great guy and did some great filming for me on this video. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you soon. Lots more challenges to come. We'll see you next time. This is a little shout out to Craig. He kind of goes, peace. We'll see you soon. I don't think I'm cool enough to do that yet. Yeah, cut that.